Hi, everyone. RQRS is a tool, and it allows for timely reporting of quality of care in a timely manner. Many times, facilities do not have complete treatment information. Oh, first, I'm sorry. I have no disclosures. Okay. Treatment may be given in multiple facilities. Treatment may be offered and refused by the veteran in a private setting. Compliance with evidence-based cancer care can be monitored, and compliance of specific initiatives can be measured. What we will cover today is what RQRS is, a brief history, and the new reporting tools of RQRS. There were mechanisms that were used previously to evaluate cancer care, but these were retrospectively done. The cancer registrar was able to correct data on treatment information which was not initiated or completed, but it was basically too late. Permission from the American College of Surgeons was given to me for use of these slides. The measures that are noted above are the same in RQRS, but here the data was always retrospectively reviewed. There were 3 measures for breast cancer. The first is that radiation therapy was administered within 1 year of diagnosis for women under the age of 70 receiving breast-conserving surgery for breast cancer. The second measure is that combination chemotherapy is administered within 4 months for women under the age of 70 with AJCC T1C NOMO or stage 2 or 3 hormone receptor negative breast cancer. And the third for the breast cancer is tamoxifen or third-generation aromatase inhibitor is considered or administered within 1 year of diagnosis for women with AJCC T1C NOMO or stage 2 or 3 hormone receptive positive breast cancer. There were 2 colon cancer measures, the first one is that adjuvant chemotherapy is considered or administered within 4 months of diagnosis for patients under the age of 80 with AJCC stage 3 lymph node positive colon cancer, and at least 12 lymph nodes are removed and pathologically examined for resected colon cancer. There is 1 for the rectal cancers, and that is that radiation therapy is considered or administered within 6 months of diagnosis for patients under the age of 80 with clinical or pathological AJCC T4 NOMO or stage 3 receiving surgical resection for rectal cancer. Here is what the reports were looking like. Most of the cancer registers, I'm sure, have seen them. I don't know how many of the other clinicians have reviewed these. But the report showed your program's performance rates compared to programs in your state, the American Cancer Society division, your census region, your Commission on Cancer type, and all the COC programs. These are the comparison graphs. On the bottom, where the red line is, that is your hospital and how you are comparing against everyone else. Okay. This is where the registrar could go in and click on the number of the cases that fell out of the criteria, and we were able to fix it. But at that point, it was too late for the patient. It had no effect on their care whatsoever. So why is RQRS superior? CP3R and EQIP both look at retrospective data. RQRS is a concurrent monitoring system impacting patient care delivery. Timing is everything. Retrospective data is nice to look at. Well, in our case, we found out sometimes it's not so nice to look at. It can tell you what you've done, what wasn't done, and where you can make improvements. But concurrent data, on the other hand, can tell you what is happening now. Has the patient begun their treatment? Is there compliance with the treatment plan? What are the current compliance numbers? Are we following evidence-based cancer care? This is where a real difference can be made in the care of our veterans. Okay, currently, breast cancer and colorectal cancers are the cancers being measured in the RQRS system. And RQRS is a tool that ensures that facilities collect high-quality data in a timely manner. RQRS supports monitoring and prompting for each site of the treatment plan for breast and colorectal cancers. Each element of the patient's cancer care is documented concurrently. Each RQRS alerts clinical staff to prevent patients from falling through the cracks or having delays in their treatment. Now you are able to compare performance rates in your cancer program with other participating in the COC centers. It's a mechanism that facilities can incorporate to enable the cancer registry personnel to initiate concurrent abstracting for these cancer sites and brings the cancer registry from a passive reporting tool to an active patient alert compliance resource. So how was RQRS developed? In 2004 and 2005, proposed measures were sent to the National Quality Forum, and they were sent from the American Society of Clinical Oncology, the American College of Surgeons, the National Comprehensive Cancer Network. Beta testing began in 2009, and I'm happy to say that 2 hospitals in the state of Connecticut were beta testers, Yale New Haven and Hartford Hospital. So what are the quality measures? The quality measures in the RQRS are the same as the quality measures were in CP3R and EQUIP. Again, here's the colon and the rectal quality measures. So what are the RQRS tools that can be utilized? There is the dashboard, which shows where your facility falls and whether or not you are meeting the rates and the proportion of cancer cases for adjuvant therapy that was delivered within 1 year of diagnosis. The top 3 dashboards are for your breast cancers. The first 2 on the second row are your colon cancer dashboards, and the third one is your rectal cancer dashboard. A critical piece of RQRS is the alerts. They are color-coded alerts, they are monthly alert reports, and they are automatically provided to the cancer registrar and to your administrative staff. There are 5 measures that call either for medical or radiation oncology care with a specific number of days following each in the diagnosis. The color-coded alerts are assigned to each case based on the time until the expected treatment due. The colors range from white for recent diagnosis all the way to dark red for when adjuvant therapy is past due. The alerts identify patients who are expected to receive adjuvant chemotherapy so that the therapy can be delivered in a timely manner, identify patients who are at risk of falling through the cracks, and to expose adjuvant therapy to make sure that it's delivered at facilities that may not be yours. Breast cancer care is this one that we're looking at right now, and this is the receipt of radiation following breast-conserving surgery. The color-coded circles on the left indicate the urgency of the expected treatment for each patient if they remain concordant with the performance measure. These are the RQRS monthly alerts that are sent to administration, and it shows where the patients are, whether they're late with their treatment, they've fallen through the cracks, or how many patients are actually in concordance with care. We also have analytical reports that are comparison reports that can be run by the registrars, and the registrars can set the parameters for these reports. They can be run by date, by hospital type, by a geographic location, by the organization or your business affiliate. A time trend comparison report here shows the performance rate by the quarter for each of the colon cancer measures for your cancer program. It's compared with the average for all cancer programs participating in RQRS. Comparisons may be made with all programs, like programs, location of the programs by patient demographics. In order for the comparisons to be reliable, participating RQRS facilities must submit RQRS case information on a regular and timely basis. Right now, they are saying within 4 months. They are preferring that data is sent monthly to RQRS. Here you can compare your cancer program's performance rate with other RQRS participating cancer programs for the previous quarter or year, or use the data to look at your program's performance over time. Comparisons can be made by hospital type, geographic location, and organizational affiliate. Comparison rates are recalibrated every quarter and can be stratified by patient and clinical characteristics. So what are the future plans for RQRS? The COC is looking to add additional disease sites. The COC is expanding its public reporting of the quality data and has been selected by the prospective payment system exempt cancer centers as required under the Affordable Care Act to begin with fiscal year 2014, which will possibly lead to a broader public reporting of the COC's quality metrics. The COC and the other partners funded by the Livestrong Foundation are developing a tool to use the RQRS system to auto-populate the end-of-life treatment summary linked to the comprehensive clinical information that would provide a complete survivorship care plan. The COC is looking to collaborate with every other organizations, such as the American Society of Clinical Oncology, in defining future data and systems needs in oncology. One note I do have to make here is when you enroll in RQRS, it's located in the COC data links area. The individual who initiates confirms the contact names. The contacts that are needed for this are your key members of the cancer committee, your cancer chair, your cancer liaison physician, your administrative representative, and your cancer registrars. So how do you begin the process to set yourself up with RQRS? You go to the RQRS data link located in the COC. The individual who initiates the enrollment confirms the contact's names. Each member needs to complete their own individual enrollment, and they only have 8 weeks to do it. If they do not do it in 8 weeks, you have to start all over from scratch. So that's very important. How do I begin the process of data submission as a registrar? You run your RQRS submission report from your OncoTracks. You run it through your gen edits for the RQRS. If you have any errors, correct them. Submit your data to RQRS. The same steps as if you're submitting your NCDB data. Changes can be found on the dashboard the next day. Data should be submitted monthly, but can be submitted every 3 to 4 months. One thing I do have to add there is we submitted cases from West Haven, and all our cases were rejected. Now, if anyone knows me, I'm on the phone that minute with the COC. Why are you rejecting my cases? We did not put on a date of last contact because the cases were not complete. You need to put on a date of last contact on your cases, even if they are not complete, because that's what they're monitoring your date from. So that's a very important for all registrars to know. The pros and cons of RQRS. The pros is it changes the registry from being a passive reporting tool to an active patient alert and compliance system. The cons, it's time consuming. You need to do multiple entries over time for each case. What this means is that the registry staff in some facilities may need to be looked at. Can the registrar handle these extra data changes? Does she have the time to go back in, I should say she or he, I'm sorry, have the time to go back in and correct and make these changes? But it's an easy commendation. As of 2014, if you participate in RQRS, you get a commendation. How much easier is that for a commendation? That's it.